Well, thank you so much for your time. We're here at the GBTA convention in San Diego, and for United Airlines globally, this is a really exciting time for the carrier. It's all about new routes, new lounges, and new aircraft, isn't it?
Absolutely, James. Well, it's a great time for our customers in Australia and New Zealand. Of course, we're starting our new service to Brisbane in a couple of weeks, end of October. We're restarting also Sydney, Houston as well, in addition to the Sydney, LA and Sydney, Melbourne flight we've been operating for some time now. And of course, we're also starting Melbourne, LA as well, in addition to Melbourne, San Francisco. And for our New Zealand customers, of course, in a couple of weeks, also our Auckland, San Francisco is back as well. So lots of great news on the Trans-Pacific service. Of course, we also still fly to places like Japan and Korea and Taiwan and Singapore, where we've actually never stopped flying during COVID. But the big expansion is also on the transatlantic, with many seasonal services to Ponta Delgada, to Tenerife, to Palma, to Bergen, in addition to also adding Munich as well, in addition to other portfolios we fly, and of course also Milan, Chicago as well, in addition to Zurich, San Francisco. So yeah, we'll have a mix for our business customers in flying from more business hubs to the US, as well as to many leisure destinations for Americans to visit.
And you talk about that, it's a coast-to-coast strategy as well. Obviously, you're growing internationally off the West Coast and growing internationally off the East Coast. You're offering plenty of options for travelers.
We really have, and often it's the fastest way to get there. A good example is our new service, which is starting in November to Cape Town from Washington, DC, in addition to Newark and to Johannesburg. But traditionally, customers have gone through Europe to South Africa. Now we got double daily options in the peak to fly to South Africa. Another good example is Jordan, where we have a non-stop service from Amsterdam to Washington. So we're really excited about adding choice and more travel options to our customers.
And a lot of it on fuel-efficient Dreamliners as well. A lot of these new routes are being flown by the 787s, which is giving you a fantastic reduced carbon emissions for the environment.
I mean, the 787-9, which we have on almost all of our Australian routes, the 777-300, very fuel efficient. Of course, United is deeply committed to onboard sustainable aviation fuel. We have the largest consumer of sustainable aviation fuel, and we have a clear goal to be neutral by 2050. So we are really deeply committed to that. And you're right, you're flying the right airplanes with choice products on some of these long-haul missions.
I'm sure a lot of your clients are asking you about Boom and the supersonic jets coming in less than a decade. I mean, that's an exciting time, and same time you're putting electric aircraft into the sky.
Yep.
So your future fleet strategy is very green and very exciting.
Well, that's actually part of our commitment, right, to reduce our footprint. And you're right, the Archer order we've placed with the eVTOL airplanes, the hard airspace order as well, in addition to sustainable aviation fuel, as well as to just really taking carbon out of the air and have a strong commitment to our sustainability portfolio. And these are real things we do to actually decarbonize what we do.
And that's a really exciting time for it. If you look at now the point-to-point strategy using smaller aircraft, more fuel-efficient aircraft, it's great for hubs like Houston. When you bring back Houston to Sydney and a lot of other destinations as well, Houston's going to be growing very quickly again soon. So how important is that, having aircraft that can do the range but are very efficient for you as well?
Yeah, I think the one thing United has done is kept all of its fleet type during the COVID and post-COVID. So we really have the right airplane for the right size mission we want to fly. And yes, of course, we got an exciting growth order as well, United Next. We'll be growing also premium seats from our hubs as well, and really flying jets where today we have smaller airplanes as well. You're absolutely right, Houston is one of our fastest growing hubs, with Continental in addition to Denver as well, and Chicago. So we're very pleased about the route network we have, the airplane size we have for the right O&Ds. And so it's really a success story that we have the right airplane, the right product to fly our missions.
Well, many of us like flatbeds, and Polaris is one of the best products in the air. It's no secret about that. Premium economy is one of the most exciting additions, and it's been rolled out very quickly by United.
Yeah, we only got a few airplanes left, some 787-9s, which will be converted by year end. But you're right, the premium economy cabin is a real hit with the customers, specific on longer journeys like Sydney, LA, or Melbourne, San Francisco, where the demand is very, very high. It's a fairly exclusive sub-cabin with 21 or so 24 seats in that section, and a real nice product and great value for our customers.
And last but not least, the lounge network has been phenomenal. Your Polaris lounges have been very good, but you're also upgrading other lounges, like in New York, where you're putting in an almost Polaris level lounge like we've seen in Newark.
Yeah, we actually, as you know, we've opened up a new club lounge in Newark. We've also reopened the Newark Polaris lounge as well. Of course, Sydney and of course in LA and in San Francisco, the lounges are open. We got our Polaris lounges in San Francisco and in LA as well. And we find that customers want to spend more time in these lounges because it's a great experience. It's a wonderful, dining option, and of course you can work and get some rest as well before you head over on the Trans-Pacific flight.
I look forward to getting back on soon, and thank you so much for your time.
Thank you, James.